Hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 5. In the last episode, I built this big wheat tower here, and of course connected it to my storage network here. Additionally, there was a bit of prankage and building on the storage system, but you can watch the last episode for that. In this episode, I am going to be building a cow farm with, using the cows that I've prepared behind me right now. As you can see, there's a lot of them, but this farm will be one that does not require a giant pen like this, but instead uses the cows in a format that is very AFK-able and will produce lots of steak, so I can get rid of all of this potato that I've been eating for this entire season so far. So, let's get into the building. So, for this farm, the general principle is going to be pretty simple in how it works. To start with, the cows are going to reside on top of these iron bars that I'm standing on top of now and travel around in a loop via water stream. Meanwhile, I will be standing somewhere around here attempting to breed the cows that are coming by using the wheat that is being supplied by the wheat farm here. When the babies spawn from breeding, they will then also be in this water stream with the rest of the cows. However, due to the fact that the cows have big hitboxes and are trapped in between these bricks on either side, the babies will end up being forced in between the gaps from these iron bars, thereby causing them to fall down into this water beneath the farm here, which will push them off of this into this channel, which will eventually move the baby cows into this area here with these stone pressure plates, where they will then wait until they are an adult, at which point their hitbox will be in contact with the water that I am swimming around in right now, which will cause them to rise up to the top and drop down into this area here, which will push them into these lava blades here, where they will then die and drop their cooked meat and of course leather, which will then be sent into the minecart there, back to the storage system, where we will be able to use it and finally ditch these potatoes. Now, let's get building the farm. Okay, it's done. Now let's move the cows into the farm. I've rigged up this thing to try to funnel the cows into... to try to funnel the cows into the farm. So I thought ahead and put some signs down in the middle here so I could guide a water stream down that could effectively tractor beam the cows up here and slot them into the farm. So yeah, let's just drop down the water and see how well this goes. Alright, the last cows have been removed from the pen and are now, obviously this is the last guy, making its way into the farm down here, which as you can see, has a fair amount of cows bobbing around in it. I may need to grab some pistons in order to seal that up properly. But, actually we could take a look at the farm here. Looks pretty solid, a good amount of cows. Now, not every cow that I had in the pen made it, as a few of them did die from fall damage, because apparently they couldn't decide to just stay in the water stream here. A bunch of them had to keep falling out, so I tried to add these iron bars here to fix it. It kind of helped, sometimes didn't. The water out here is actually what ended up helping and pushing everyone in. But yeah, now all the cows on the farm, I just gotta seal it up, and then we can move on to actually getting the wheat to the farm. The wheat delivery system has been installed, and as you can see, this is actually a little bit complicated. So, first of all, I will be AFKing right in here, where I'll be trying to breed the cows here through this iron bar. Also, while then, I will be on that pressure plate, which will tell the system to redirect the wheat supply from going directly to the minecart to coming to me instead. Now, however, just single pieces of wheat, as this thing generally outputs at a time, because it has to go through a dropper, isn't going to be very effective in trying to breed consecutive cows. So I've got this system here, which will allow the wheat to pile up here for a little while, then release a bit of a batch at once to try to feed a bunch of cows. Hopefully that should make this system work well and not waste much wheat. Now on to the actually putting the output into the minecart. Output has been installed and hooked up to the minecart. Now I have to go configure the item sorters and also, I guess, put shulker boxes in over at the storage system. Storage has been prepared, although I did have to sell out Tyler's entire shulker box shop in order to load it up. But yeah, now all I should have to do is just go in here, stand on the pressure plate, and hold down use on these cows, and should be able to just, produce tons of steak. Alright, so I've been AFK here for about an hour now, and as you can see, actually I think it's a bit over an hour. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of cows here, so this farm really does pump. However, you may notice there's a lot of adult cows, there's a bunch of adult cows here, and not very many over here. In fact, there's not very many cows throughout here, and in general, they're all like right here, and if I risk entity cramming here to go into the corner there, you'll see there's a bunch of dead cow there. So what I believe is happening is that at some point a cow that was in the back here grew up, and some of the cows that were in front here all of a sudden, or some of the baby cows, decided that they wanted to try to follow the adult, which is all the way back here, which causes this massive backlog as newer cows get dumped in up here, which means older cows again grew up back there, and yada yada yada, entity cramming death. Now that's not to say that stuff hasn't been going through, as stuff absolutely has been going through, as you can see, although a bunch of dead cow has also been going through, or non-cooked adult cow has also been going through. So I think I have a solution that I can use to fix this. I think I'm gonna go try and build that now. Alright, so this expansion is a little bit of a big thing. So, first of all, I left the old thing in here despite the fact it's kind of redundant now, just because. But, for this new thing, once the cows get back here, however they do, they will be put into here. They, instead of getting funneled into there, they instead get pushed into this wide area here where they can spread out over the course of this. Which will, of course, then, when they grow up, come up here, get plumped into here, which will push them off into the killing chamber. So hopefully this works better. And so we're gonna go start testing now. So, I just got back from AFKing for a while, and while things aren't exactly where I think I'd like them to be, the rates, I guess, are okay, and it doesn't really hurt that things are the way they are. But as you can see, what I don't like is that there's all the adult cows over here, and all the baby cows are over there. Now, I think the reason for this is that the baby cows always want to follow an adult cow. Well, not always, but until they're bored, but that's basically never. And so because these are the closest adult cows, they try to get to them. Which, a lot of them pushing on each other, starts pushing this way against the water stream, which apparently equalizes right about here, which therefore causes all the adult cows to be back here. Now, through the old exit over there, which I left open, the adult cows are still able to get out, so it doesn't really affect things too much, and if the baby cows do grow up in there, they will get sucked up. But yeah, ooh, phantoms. Yeah, that is not as I'd like it to be. But hey, let's go check out the results. And 15 shulker boxes, because all three of these have 5 shulker boxes of steak here, and then we also have 6 shulker boxes of leather. That's pretty good from that farm. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 5. Bye!